Welcome, it's Gun Gaming here, and this is a video for all of you who are starting out this game, probably on global launch. This will come out like a week and a half before you guys start playing, so you can watch it now, get a good sense of it. And for anybody else who just kind of wants to rethink how they start out, or additionally for everybody who disagrees with me and wants to come on here and leave comments and dislikes, please, all of that's welcome. I always welcome critiques of my content. Okay, let's jump into it. So, first things first, choose your character wisely. And I know I had a video much earlier saying pick who you want to listen to, who's fun to play. That's BS. Forget everything I just said. Pick your character who's going to be real good. And the reason that matters is because it's just going to make a difference for how much fun the game is for you to play. And certain characters are very much better than other characters. And I'm going to give you guys a ranking in my next video. So just go watch that and hang around this video. It'll probably give it to you as suggested next watching if you're watching this. So obviously it won't be uploaded yet, so I can't add it to the cards, but I might add it back in after. We'll see. Anyway, long story short, pick the best character, a Black Widow, and we'll cover that why in the next video. But it makes a huge difference. Like, picking Star-Lord was really fun for me to play, and Darth Micro played him and said, yeah, he's really fun. I'll note that Darth Micro has only 2 characters left to level up to level 100, and one of them is Star-Lord. So, even though he said it was fun to play, he's just really bad. He's just really bad in the long game. Like, he's a good team character for like 3 game modes, raids. I wouldn't even say blitzes because it doesn't matter all that much to get speed in blitz. Dark zone. I mean, I guess blitzes. Yeah, that's probably about it. Honestly, he's good like PvE content debuff. That's about it. Like, his debuffs again in PvP are not all that helpful. So anyway, pick your character wisely. Don't choose Star-Lord. The other reason it matters is because, and this brings me to my next point, spend your crystals wisely. You're going to want to max out your inventory on your main character so that you can do AFK farming on badges. It just makes a big difference in being able to progress in the game. Doing your blitz farms is a bunch of badges. Doing your AFK farms is a bunch of badges. Badges just take up a bunch of room. And you're going to like constantly be going and milling through all of these. Darth Micro has a video where he talks about how you can set up a bot to just like auto-delete these, but I think that that's tedious. Anytime a game requires you to install a bot to like play the game is no longer a game worth playing, in my humble opinion. Do with that what you will. Next thing's next. Oh, sorry, and going back to pick the right character, you want a single damage character. Again, I'm going to cover this in my next video, but all the content that matters, the content that you get stuck behind, the content that's hard to level past, pick a character that can help you get through that content. And I'm just as like a brief anecdote to this, it took me literally 45 minutes to beat the final boss. 45 freaking minutes that I just spent at my keyboard like strung out on these. I used up all of these only at the end of battle because I didn't have enough trait enhancers to get through the Ares fight and the Maestro fight. I had to redo it like 6 times, and my character was like geared on par to everyone else who had done it. I brought in a Black Widow afterwards who, like, granted, like, she had nominally higher stats because of the title rankings, like when you come to your hero info and you want to see where you're getting all your stats, your power level from. For some reason, you can't click on the power, but you can click on the level. I don't know why. Anyway, like, she had nominally higher stats, but like an additional 200 attack, 200 defense, and 1000 HP is meaningless in the level 100 boss fight. And she is like 80k less power than Star-Lord, and she beat it in like 10 minutes. It's so much easier. It's just like so much easier to play through the content with a character who is built to play through the content. Again, we're going to cover this in all the character reworks that just happened, but she's just better. Almost anybody is better than Star-Lord. Don't pick Star-Lord. I'm spending an inordinate amount of time on it because you are going to be spending an inordinate amount of time leveling your character to level 100, especially as they've changed how easy it is to rank up in squad rank. It's much harder now, and how the crystal economy is a little bit tighter. That's also going to matter as well. Next thing's next. Don't spend crystals for a bit. Just sit on them. Just like they're not going anywhere. It's not like there's inflation. Honestly, like they've doubled in value since I started playing the game because they just don't give them out as readily anymore. So like, don't spend them, just sit on them. I know a lot of people are going to tell you unlock all 8 characters. You don't need to. Like, there's no reason to really do it. Like, you can unlock the slots if you want to, but like, you don't need to. You really only need like 3 characters, in my opinion, to just kind of power through, get your squad rank up. 3 is enough to reasonably do it without having to like manually click through all the battles. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it. The one thing that you are going to be hurting for that will matter is inventory space. And I would say, like, you know, there's a chance that they rework characters again, that they further nerf Black Widow. I honestly see that as a reasonably likely outcome over the next few weeks. Or that other characters get buffed to a level that they're on par with her or better at certain content that they're about to release, etc. I don't know what's going to happen, so... and there's no one, I don't think even the developers know exactly what's going to be happening over the next month or two. So just note that like you're going to want to hold the crystals and only upgrade the inventory of the character that you really want to be your regular farmer. Star-Lord is not good for that. Unfortunately, that's who I did it on first because it is... AFK farms do matter, and you do want a character with a decent amount of inventory space, but they aren't monumentally impacting, and you shouldn't do it until you get a character up to level 100 and you feel reasonably confident at the end game that it's a character you want to continue playing, because even though you can switch characters, it's tedious and it's annoying, and it's the whole reason my Star-Lord continues to grow in power and my Black Widow does not, because he's the one who does the farms, and so I forget to click off her, and the daily login calendars give you really good gear, and even though I can move his gear onto her account to level up her stuff, she didn't get the 5-star drop like he did. And this isn't a regional piece, it's not even that great of stats, but it is something that gives him base stats that are higher, that helps him hang in a fight longer, that help him contribute to more damage, etc., etc., etc. So just don't spend your crystals even on inventory space for a hot minute. If you do get cramped for space, the one place that I would tell you, yes, go ahead, full bore, spend money on that. Even before new character unlocks, I know some people are going to really be rebuff against this and disagree with me on this, but I do think it's worthwhile. As number one, card storage is worth it. If you're running out of room for cards, then totally worth doing it for card storage. Not on your mains, because you're only going to run into this problem when you have too many ones, and you can easily crunch these up. They auto lock the rares, so the easiest way is just come in here, click on Omega cards, own cards, combine, go to max. Boom, I just opened up a whole ton of space. I'm the best. And then I even have 2 here that I combine. Now I have like 12 cards in my inventory. And I like to move off all of these rares into the shared storage anyway, just so they don't get in the way. But anyway, like I'm down to 13. So you don't really need to upgrade the Omega card storage. You do probably want your squad storage upgraded just a little bit. I did upgrade this all the way myself, because as you can see, it does fill up rather quickly. There's just a lot of different random things that go in here, and you can pretty easily just shuttle everything off that is in your main character into the squad storage, and then use it as needed from the squad storage on this character or on any other character. And since Black Widow's who I'm focusing on anyway, I just move everything from Star-Lord into there, and then I continue the farms. And honestly, it's just like a tedious, annoying thing that I had to do because I chose wrong. I upgraded the inventory too early on a character who I thought was really fun, and I was just trying to like kind of push against the tide, if it were, as it were. I don't know, like what everybody else was doing. I wanted something different to try it out because I'm a content creator, and I wanted to do something different. So next thing, also this is just a side note with these battle badges, bring your 3s and 4s to Sin Extractor. You can't use 1s and 2s here anyway, so Just get these for the sim particles. Like there's some money involved that you could get out of those and some convergium, but in the end game, all of that scales pretty poorly anyway, so there's no reason to save that. And getting 250k gold from this is way more than I would have ever got from crunching those anyway. So like that's just one good example. Anyway, next piece of advice. So first thing, choose your character wisely. 2, don't spend crystals for a bit. Just save them. You can spend it on squad inventory, but that's it. 3, play free to play for at least a month. Get a good feel for how the game feels. Make sure you like how the leveling works. Make sure you like, I don't know, how the end game progression works. They have changed how a lot of the offers work. So a lot of like the really good offers are no longer in game anyway. So there's no real reason to just kind of go ham crazy on it. There are sometimes, I think they even deleted all of these. This Xander bundle is kind of good. So if you wanted to like spend really early on, I would probably get like this 4-star and this Xander 2 and spend money to get the crystals to buy those 2 things. And then there's some other offers. I haven't spent any money, so I'm not the best channel to go to tell you what like offers are the best value. Mobile Gamer has a much lengthier history doing that for other games, so go watch his channel. I'm not, you can watch other people. We all share here. But he'll give you a better breakdown of which offers are kind of a good value for you. Again, I don't think you should spend any money. Mobile Gamer, Darth Micro, Valley Flying, this Cynic Alex, everybody that I know that I've watched online says just play free to play. It's a more fun experience. Anyway, don't just blast through the content as quickly as possible. The grind is kind of where some of the fun is in a game like this. So feel the pressure, feel the burn. It's worth it. And don't feel bad at all about not spending money for a little while. Decide it's a game you really like. If you really feel like the developers have created a game that you feel deserves your patronage and your money, then spend money at that point. But you don't need to do it for the first month. Everybody gives a free trial period nowadays, right? So just think of it as your free trial period. Be patient. That's my 4th piece of advice. Be patient and don't overexert yourself. Logging in gives you the best rewards. I covered this in my last video, but when you go to, oh my gosh, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. This is like the only place where you get a 5-star costume box. Really, genuinely the only place. So once every 28 days, you get a 5-star costume box. You also get costume boxes on these days here. You get cores here. You get convergium particles. You get gold. You get crystals. That's where you get the best rewards, candidly, honestly. Like, it's not a good farm per se because you can't like go kind of grind your way through it, but like it's good. It's not amazing, but it's good. It's solid. Be patient. Just logging in gives you pretty solid rewards. Just keep coming back frequently. You'll be happy with where you are, honestly. I know other people that are 1,000,000 power. I'm at 320. It's tough to do some raids, tough to do some blitzes, but like I'm still having fun. Next thing's next. Get as far with one character as possible constantly. So every time it says when you're playing through the main campaign, it's gonna tell you like locked to squad rank 52. I think that you need to get to squad rank 55 before you can complete the game. But your main character is going to be the most powered. It's going to have the best gear. It's going to get the best daily drops. It's going to get the best from the login calendar. It's going to be the one that you like to invest in the most. It's going to be the one you want to invest in long term the most. Keep playing with that character. Every time you even if you're playing through an alt and you're enjoying it, as soon as you get up to that squad rank, just play the other character. Go back to your main. Play your main. And this takes me back to my number 1, choose your character wisely. If you end up playing a different character, like say you play Black Widow because she is the best, and you just really don't like her, change her. Change your main. It's very possible to do. You just go to select hero. And I honestly should do this. She just needs to get more power. Oh my gosh, I did this wrong. Load into Black Widow, load into your other character, and then you can come into the hero selector and you can change who your main character is. But just push forward onto your main. So if you're playing as an alt and you say, wow, I like this way better, then double down on that and just keep playing as that hero. So for me, honestly, can't remember where it is. I'm gonna find it. Somebody will post it up in the comments too. But here you go. It's an account, and then this is my account ID. So there you go. You can just nope. I, for the life of me, cannot remember where it is. Anyway, I don't know. It'll come to me at some point. Squad info. Here you go. You can see I still have like 2 slots I haven't even filled characters in with yet. And you can just change your lead hero to that character. Honestly, I probably should do that anyway. So pretty easy to do that. If that's a character, if you like playing as your alt, you decide that's the character you really want to bring, finish it out, do it as them. But push as far up as you can with that character. It's really worthwhile to do that. Okay, next thing's next. Get squad rank for your main first, and this builds into the other one. But like, do all of the blitzes. Whenever you're at those, like, you need to level up your squad rank in order to do the next level. Go through all of these. Go through all of these. Go through all of these. Go through all of your double Omega Wars. Finish all of those things first, then go do your alts, and that just plays into the last thing. Do your main character first. Trust me, I know it sounds weird, but you will appreciate it. Your main character is what's going to give you the most amount of fun. And you'll see this too, like, she's like 80k lower than Star-Lord and much squishier. I haven't built like any health stats on her. She's like pure critical damage, and she just wrecks nerds. So yeah, so most wanteds, blitzes, Omega War, Spec Ops, raids, Dark Zone. Do all those things with your main. You're gonna be glad you did. Then again, you can my number 7 point. I kind of got ahead of the ball on this one, but was switch your main if you feel like the other one was if you feel like a character's a better fit. Then 8, think about the long game, spending crystals. There are basically like 3 good options, I think, for spending crystals after inventory. So like, this is setting aside the inventory, opening up extra characters. You will eventually want to do that, so definitely save your crystals for those things. But thinking about the long game, think about where you want to invest. Number 1 that people say is raids. I disagree with this one, but you can refresh these to get the best raid rewards multiple times in a day. That's really important for your specialization tree, which is really like the true end game content in Marvel Future Revolution, in my opinion, is the specialization tree. And like this one specifically for Black Widow allows her to get revived, and she vanishes for 2 seconds and recovers 3% of her max HP. And notably, whenever... This is different for everyone, but like her vanish ability will say vanishes enemies for 6 seconds. Attacking or being attacked by vanish will remove the vanish effect, and then it increases damage by 33% when attacking while vanished. So it's not just like after you activate the ability, even like that revive will end up doing it too. Boom, look, I could just like look away. I mean, there's somebody else kind of working on it, but like I didn't even like pay any attention. Star-Lord, I always have to baby. Drives me nuts. So glad I made this video so I can make this permanent change. Anyway, the things that I think you should think about spending crystals on personally, my number 1 suggested are Omega cards. The only way to get these is by draw boxes. And the only way to get the draw boxes are using crystals. So you should save up to 1,800 and you should buy a 10 draw. Worst case scenario, you get 10 pieces of 3-star food that you can use to level up your other cards. Pretty good. And if you want the other option that you have for that, oh my gosh. Technically, the better guaranteed deal is this featured Xanderth deal. Right here. With the Nebula cards. Which, you know, they give you stamina recovery and ultimate skill gauge recovery, which actually for Black Widow isn't too bad. She doesn't have so much of a stamina issue like Storm does. Star-Lord really has like no stamina issues, especially with Burn, which is very much his best high damage team play ability. So like this would be pretty good on him too. But the Loki cards are better, so make your choices. Those are the crit damage, crit rate. So I didn't feel any need to buy this, but it would be like a really good purchase just for the food, if nothing else. But I don't know anybody who would want to buy a full set and then be like, yeah, I'm going to use that as food. Also, you buy this and it's a 4-star, so the character you buy it on is the character that's going to get the exclusive stat. I have other videos on that. Go watch those that are much more in depth. But so Omega cards are definitely the thing I would recommend. Costumes are something you can certainly buy, and you can click through and see this is probably the best way to actually get regional sets, but it's not. You have less chances of getting the regional set you want. So just worth noting, no more than that. But these costumes, I think in my opinion are the worst of all of those options, so I would not recommend them. But it is, if you need food to get your character leveled up, costumes are some of the better flat stats that you can get. Period. And if you want to see that hands-on, you go to your hero info. You click on the level, which will tell you all of these power stats like 32,000 XP, 5,000 from costumes, 14,000 from battle badges. So, battle badges until like mine are all 3-star for her because she's just further behind. But anyway, there you go. And then last things last, just go have fun. That's it. So so that's what I was thinking about the long game. And then number 9 is spend crystals where it matters to you, which is why I gave that breakdown of each of those places you can spend crystals. And I don't personally think any of them are a bad option. Just do the one that you think matters to you. I just think Omega cards are the best, even if you have like a stat that's keyed to somebody else. The fixed stats and the bonus options go for anybody anywhere, and those are pretty nice. And I do think, candidly, in the long game, they will probably change this somehow. I don't know how they're going to let you reroll it, but I do think they eventually will. But you can see my Black Widow has the 6 set for Loki, which gives her an additional 11% crit damage. When you get these up to level 6, it goes up to like 19%. So for her, that's a big deal, and the crit rate is helpful. But PvP damage decrease, total damage, defense pierce, and PvP damage decrease. So all those are like pretty decent. And then you can like keep farming those and keep re-rolling them if you want to as well. Anyway, think about it. Have some fun. That's what matters. Until next time, though, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like my content, please leave a like, please subscribe, and drop a comment if you have nice things or mean things to say. I appreciate it always. Thanks so much. Talk to you guys soon.